So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now Pickett. Setting up the screen here to Edwards.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Pickett finding Pickens for another catch.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Ty Davis-Price, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the 2nd part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
24 yards the gain there, another 1st down as well.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Now it's Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
That's into the hands of Edwards.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Steelers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
From the 10, And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
It feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Pickett to throw on first down. That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Tariq Carpenter gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Boswell's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to Davis Price.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Back to throw. Pickett. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it. Punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Now Pickett on 4th down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Watson. This is caught. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to have to eat